Nespresso, Keurig, and Jura want you to replace your coffee machine every 3 years. Not because it failed, but because the category is built around the assumption that you will. 5 brands have made that cycle their primary business model, and 5 have been building equipment that doesn't depend on it. Nespresso machines retail between $150 and $250. They're manufactured by DeLonghi or Krups under a Nestle licensing agreement, and what the purchase actually provides is access to a closed capsule system at 70 cents to $1.30 per pod. 2 cups a day puts the annual pod spend between $500 and $950 before the machine cost is factored in. Nestle spent years in European courts defending the right to certify which third-party capsules could work in their machines. They lost. The pricing didn't move. Consumer reports found no meaningful espresso quality advantage over much cheaper stovetop alternatives. The machine is the entry point. The margin is what gets loaded into it every morning for the next several years. Jura makes Swiss automatic espresso machines starting around $800 for home use, rising above $3,000 at the top of the line. Service requires Jura-authorized technicians, and their units contain software that identifies and restricts non-Jura cleaning products. Home Barista Forum contributors have traced the thermoblock components inside Jura machines to commercial suppliers that sell the same parts to other manufacturers at a fraction of the retail price difference. The engineering is real. The service restriction is what the premium is protecting. The K-Cup pod patent expired in 2012. While it held, Keurig controlled the compatible pod market by contract, and when it lapsed, they released the Keurig 2.0 with DRM built into the lid scanner to block unlicensed pods, a move that became one of the more documented examples of digital rights management applied to a kitchen appliance. Consumer backlash forced a partial reversal within 18 months. The pods remained at 50 cents to $1 each. Independent disassembly tests place average machine lifespan at 2 to 3 years before heating element or pump failure. 2 machines per decade plus $12 a week in pods comes to roughly $800 a year for drip coffee that no independent tasting panel has rated above commodity grade. The DeLonghi La Specialista is marketed as a cafe-quality home espresso setup at $700 to $1,000. The integrated grinder's burr set is sized for the price point, not for the coffee it produces. Reviewer Ryan Woodhouse at Whole Latte Love noted that the thermoblock boiler cycles temperature mid-steam, a limitation that affects milk texturing consistency in ways that matter once you've tasted the difference. The same $800 buys a Rancilio Silvia and an entry-level Baratza grinder, both commercial grade, both performing their function without thermal compromise. The La Specialista charges for the integration, and the integration is where performance gets traded. Seco was founded in Italy in 1981 and spent 2 decades building a following among serious home espresso users. Philips acquired the brand in 2009, and both names continued on the machines. By the early 2020s, Philips 3200 and 4300 series owners were documenting bean hopper cracks, brew group failures, and carafe seal degradation within 18 to 24 months of regular use. On the same forums, owners of 1990s Seco machines describe ongoing operation with currently available parts. The production priorities changed after the acquisition. The original track record didn't transfer with the logo. What follows are 5 brands that built their reputations without a sponsorship structure to make the introduction. Alfonso Bialetti designed the Mocha Express in 1933, and the same 8-sided aluminum body has been in continuous production since. It retails for $30 to $45. Hot water is forced under pressure through ground coffee by stovetop heat, no pods, no electronics, no proprietary components. James Hoffman, the 2007 World Barista Champion, whose independent coffee reviews have reached tens of millions of viewers, describes mocha output as comparable or preferable to capsule machine results for many drinkers. The patent has been in the public domain for decades, and the design hasn't changed in any meaningful way because the core function didn't require it. Alan Adler designed the AeroPress in 2004. His previous invention was the Aerobee flying ring, and he applied pressure dynamics to coffee extraction and sold the result for $35 to $45. No electricity. Standard paper or metal filters. Wirecutter named it their primary coffee maker recommendation for multiple consecutive years, and the World AeroPress Championship has operated annually since 2008 with participants from over 60 countries, including working professional baristas. A replacement plunger seal costs $4, and there isn't a failure mode that costs more than a week of Nespresso pods to fix. The Mocha Master has been manufactured in the Netherlands since 1968. It's certified by both the Specialty Coffee Association and the European Coffee Brewing Center, two independent bodies that require machines to brew within 195 to 205 degrees Fahrenheit, the optimal extraction temperature range identified as necessary for full extraction, and an 18 to 22% extraction yield. Most machines below $100 don't reach this temperature consistently, and the difference shows up in total dissolved solids, the measure of dissolved coffee compounds in the cup that separates a properly extracted brew from a weak or bitter one. The Mocha Master retails at $300 to $350 with a 5-year warranty and parts availability for machines going back to the 1990s. Wirecutter and home barista reviewers place it at the top of the drip category consistently and have for a long time. The Gaggia Classic has been in production since 1977, tracing its lineage directly to Achilles Gaggia, who invented the modern spring-lever espresso machine in 1948 and changed what espresso meant at a mechanical level. The current Pro version retails at $400 to $500 and uses a 58mm portafilter, the commercial standard found in most cafe espresso machines, which is a more significant specification than the marketing materials tend to emphasize, probably because Gaggia has never particularly needed to explain why cafe-trained baristas choose this machine for home use. The pump is replaceable and the boiler is rebuildable, with no proprietary service requirement. And home barista repair documentation includes users restoring 20-year-old classic units with currently available parts. Bonavita entered the North American market to address the gap in affordable SCA-certified drip equipment. Their 8-cup machine retails at $60 to $80. It reaches proper brewing temperature and meets the Golden Cup standard, the SCA's specification for what a properly extracted cup of coffee should look like at the chemical level. The pre-infusion mode, which saturates grounds before the main brew cycle, was until recently a feature found only in machines priced above $150. The Coffee Review has cited Bonavita in recommendations for home brewers seeking specialty-level extraction. There's no companion app, no chrome finish to justify. The machine brews coffee at the correct temperature. That's what it was built to do. These 5 don't share an aesthetic or a price point. What they share is that the development budget went into how the coffee tastes. The other 5 made a different calculation, and the difference shows up in how long you keep the machine and how much you spend while you do.